this is Shal of She80V, owner of Women Ride Moto Adventures. I want to thank you for tuning in. A special thanks to Pat Jakes of ADV Woman and Sina, who has made these videos possible. Some of you know I'm a on and off street instructor, and I've put this video series together because oftentimes, especially when I'm just teaching the adventure rider training, we don't really touch on any of the street stuff that we need to be doing. Oftentimes we are on the street to get from one point to the other, to get us to the backcountry. And I wanted to just touch on some of the mental processing that we really should be doing while we're on the street. Always riding with intention and purpose, and putting yourself so you can see and be seen. And by the way, I just finished up a workout. We got to remember that motorcycling is a sport. Oftentimes we think of it more as transportation, but it is a sport, and staying physically fit not only helps you manage your bike better physically, but it also helps with your mental clarity. So I'm going to get back to my workout and do some stretching, and I hope you all take away something that could be maybe life-saving. Live to ride another day. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm currently in Denver, making my way across town, and traffic is pretty heavy. So what I'm thinking about is my lane choice. I'm choosing to be in the left lane, so people coming towards me can see me, and it gives me more space between the intersections off to my right. Other things I'm looking for is being in people's blind spots. That Jetta right there, the white Jetta, I was probably in their blind spot for a few seconds. So it's something that, I'm always aware of. Stopping in traffic. I'm giving myself more space. I don't pull right up on the bumper in front of me. I just give him that space. It's pretty warm, so as I'm slowing down or coming to a stop, I've been lifting my visor up just to get a little bit of airflow. It's showing 91 right now. So something I'm considering right now is I don't have an exit to my left, for obvious reasons, right? There's a barrier there. So I'm going to switch positions to give myself more escape routes. Okay, so I'm like in this middle position, and then again giving yourself some space between you and the car in front. And what I'm noticing is, because I'm doing that, I feel like other vehicles behind me do the same. I've been on the road for about a half hour now, and nobody has pulled up to my back end. They've all given me space. So two things come up for me on that I think might be a helpful reason why they're doing that. I'm giving the car in front of me space, and B, I am not wearing black. Okay, my helmet's white, my jacket is light in color, and I feel like when I observe others, other bikes, when they pull up, to the car in front of them, and they're wearing black, guess what the vehicle behind them does? They pull right up on their tire. So just, some things to consider. And again, I'm showing you the exit. Like if I was going to choose to be in the left lane, there is no escape route to the left. So again, I'm riding with intention and purpose, and I'm specifically putting myself in a lane that makes sense, right? Give me time and space. So anytime I'm at an intersection, whether I'm a car back or I'm right up to the line, I am looking to my left, scanning, to my right, looking in my rearview mirror, and then back. And I don't really just sit at a light and wait for the light. I'm constantly looking at the traffic flow, what my potential hazards are. And this is especially if I'm unfamiliar with an area. I certainly do that, but to be honest, it's just a habit. I don't just passively sit at a light. So I had my light on. I was doing a lane change. I had my light on for a bit of time. I did a head check and then I did my lane change. And again, building good habits. So I always do a head check. And it doesn't matter if I'm the only one on the road or if there's traffic. I do a head check. Again, it's about building good habits.
3 years ago, I was going to pass a vehicle who had been following for a while and thought we were the only ones on the road. I did a head check because it's a habit. And to my surprise, I found a vehicle in my blind spot. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I had that habit. The speeds were about 70 miles an hour. So had I just blindly done my lane change, that could have been a very bad day for me. It's about building good habits. You never know when you're going to need it.
I am using a GPS navigator to get around town. I am being pretty selective as to when I choose to look down. I know I'm on this road for another 2.5 miles, so I don't need to be looking down at it, very often. So again, I'm just trying to be mindful of how often I'm looking down. I want my eyes and head up. So again, I'm choosing this middle lane. It gives me space, escape routes on both sides. I'm hanging back because I don't want to be in that person's blind spot. And then I'm being mindful that this lane is completely open, that somebody might have jetted it out in front of me to get in this first spot. So kind of always looking at wills and being mindful of that. Okay, so now I'm in this right lane. I don't really like being in the right lane right now because there's parked cars, there's intersections to my right, so I'm getting over to the left. Often there is a turning lane here, so there's space between me and other traffic. There's this middle turning lane as well, so again, I get space from oncoming traffic. And it just opens my view up and it presents me better to the people off to my right, sitting at an intersection. So again, riding with intention and being very mindful of why you're riding where you're riding. At no time am I up on the person in front of me. I'm about 2.5 seconds behind the car in front of me because, again, I'm not familiar with the area. I want to give myself plenty of time. So riding in hot temperatures, right? It's 95 degrees right now. I'm sitting in traffic. I'm fully geared up. What does that do for me? Well, for one, it allows my body to sweat. So then when I actually am moving, I've got a breeze, and that breeze is what's cooling my body down. if you don't sweat, there's no way for your body to cool itself. Okay, so that's the biggest thing. The other thing, I mean, we've got clouds right now, but even with cloud cover, you still are exposing yourself to the sun rays. So with or without clouds, you risk the chance of sunburn, right? And then how much of a good head check are you going to do if your neck is sunburnt or what have you, right? So gear helps just keep you more comfortable during the ride. Other things, it helps with dehydration. So if I was not fully covered, the air would just be taking, and the air, the heat, all that would just be taking all of my any kind of sweating or anything I'm doing, if I'm even sweating, it takes it from me. Whereas if I'm wearing gear, the sweat stays with me and I don't get as dehydrated. The other thing is I'm always wearing a camelback. Okay, so I'm always sucking on this. So one thing I'm noticing, I'm talking about gear. I'm wearing obviously a full face helmet. So it not only offers me the best protection possible when it comes to helmets, having the full face visor helps keep debris out of your eyes and such. Because it's hot, I've been at slower speeds. I have been raising it up so I can just get a little bit of airflow. So then once I'm underway, what I've noticed, I don't know if it's pollen or what the heck, but something is in the air that I was feeling, particles hitting my eyeballs. It's not all that windy. But again, wearing gear is about making us more comfortable so we can, concentrate on the ride instead of all of the elements and this and that we've got to deal with. So again, just food for thought. It always boggles my mind when I see people, not wearing a helmet